Thank you,
Thank you.
Deputy President.
Who do we have left?
Mr.
I will be brief. There is a common myth that governments create jobs. Governments do not create jobs. They only destroy them. They destroy jobs when they tax Victorians by making wages lower and products more expensive. They also destroy jobs when they use regulation to make work harder and when they ban work altogether. Governments say they're creating jobs when they spend tax money, or even on the rare occasion when they reduce taxes or regulation. But in these cases, they're not really creating jobs. They're just destroying fewer jobs than they would otherwise. Jobs are created and economies grow despite governments, not because of them. Note, government is the problem. Not just Victorian Labor, governments all around the country, governments all around the world destroy jobs. This motion notes that the number of payroll jobs have decreased, and decreased particularly quickly in Victoria. In other words, this government has destroyed so many jobs that the rest of the state is no longer able to bear the weight of its destruction. They've destroyed jobs faster than the other governments around the country. This government has devastated our economy and our society in a way that COVID never had the power to. Worse still, Victorians wear the unhappy accolade of being the most locked down state in the world. This government has been more ruthless than any other government in Australia. Victoria's had the worst outcomes in the country in terms of case numbers, in terms of days in lockdown, and in terms of economic damage. It's not to say that any Australian government has handled COVID well. Collectively, they've wreaked havoc in the economies of the nation and racked up debts that will strangle jobs for generations. Several of our state governments have made work illegal for many of the new underclass, those who need to work in person rather than from at home with a laptop. But Victoria, with its record lockdowns of Melbourne and the entire state, its use of force and compulsion to try and bend the entire population to the iron will of the Lord Protector Andrews, has done the worst of all. And with the vaccine mandates, once again it will be those who are not a part of the laptop class, those who cannot continue to work from home, who will lose their jobs. Centrally planned health directives will again cut swathes through employment. It's almost as if central planning is a terrible way to run an economy. Almost as if the more the government fiddles with the free market, the slower the rate of growth and the less prosperity that is created. In the good times, there's plenty of growth and wealth to go around. The body economic notices the parasites of government taxation and regulation chewing away in its flesh, but it's only an annoying distraction when things are going well. But in the dark days that we currently face, and the dark days ahead, the irritation becomes a life-threatening illness to the economy. And the loss of jobs is a symptom of the disease threatening everyone's well-being. This is a motion that simply acknowledges the fact. Liberal Democrats do support the motion.